I just got a question in that says, Frank, can you give an example to risk responses? Well, there are two types of risk. We have threats and opportunities. So let me give an example to both threats and opportunities. You can see we have threats and we have opportunities. So we're used to threats because they will have a negative impact on the project, and opportunities, well, they could have a positive impact on the project. We'll see some examples later. Right, so let's go over the responses. So with the threat, one of the responses is avoid or reduce, and opportunity is exploit or enhance. Actually, the most common response we have to a negative threat is to reduce. When we do that in two ways. We reduce the likelihood of the risk happening, or we reduce the impact on the project if the risk does happen. Okay. Then exploit is just say yes, and enhance is where we do something to make use of that opportunity that will show up. Then we have transfer, that's mostly insurance contract. Share, that means we share the risk with other people, and we just accept, we can do nothing about it. Or we have contingency plans, it's like a fallback plan. I'll give an example of this. So let's look here at an example. So I'm trying to organize a concert for about 5,000 people in my local town, let's say, where I live in Belgium. So I say, due to the local weather, there is a chance of rain, which will have the following impact on my project. So 50% less people will attend. I will lose 8,000 in this event, and I won't have money to put a concert on next year. So that's a big risk for me. Okay, now let's look at some responses. So the first response here, which I filled in, is cancel the concert. So if I cancel it completely, I just eliminate the risk. So that's avoid. It may seem weird, but that's taken actually. And you can see that with COVID, we do actually cancel things because we don't want to lose money. Then the next one is we move the concert indoors. Now, some of you might think this is reduce, but actually think a little bit more. Do people go to concerts in the winter when it's raining? Yes, they do. So if we move it indoors, people will still go when it's raining. So we totally eliminate the risk, and that's why that's avoid. Then move the concert from April to July because it's 2.5 times less likely to rain in July. And even if it does rain, it's usually warmer, so people don't mind. So that's reduce the likelihood of the risk happening. The next one is give away plastic ponchos. So if it does rain, then people won't be affected so badly. So we reduce the impact on the people, which reduces the impact on the project. So we call that reduce. Now the next one might seem a little bit funny. We reduce prices of beer if it rains, and we advertise this in the posters. If it rains, beer will be at half price. Okay, so therefore we're reducing the impact on the project because even more people will come, and hopefully it will rain. The next one is we take insurance to cover damages or losses as well. Okay, this is where we are transferring the risk. That's transfer. Then the next one is share the loss with the bands. So if we say to the bands, listen, if we get less money, you get less money. If we get more money, you get more money. But we're putting this show on for you, so let's share the risk. And they'll go, yes. That's both an opportunity, of course, and for negative risks as well, or for threats as well. Then we decide, let's just hope it's not going to rain. Do nothing. That's accept. Okay? Or let's say someone says it could be a terrorist attack. Well, there's nothing we can do about it, so we just accept. The other one is we have a fallback plan. So we have a tent on standby, and we can even advertise this up front that if it rains, we will have a tent, and we can call the day before and have the tent installed if we need it. We'll probably pay a little more, but at least we're fully covered. And that's called a contingency plan. Right, and that's a good example of risk responses to a threat. This is our opportunity, and it reads, due to local weather, there is a risk that there could be a great sunny day, which can impact the project by, we sell a lot of ice cream perhaps, and we have an extra €1,200 income, which of course is a lot of money. So how do we deal with this? What's our response from an opportunity point of view? And it's impossible to get a good example of them all, so I'll just do the most popular ones. So our first response is decide to sell more ice cream. Okay, so that's like a decision that we take, so that will be exploit.
The next one then is we take action to sell even more ice cream. So maybe we do some deals, and that's where we do enhance. Then the next one is we share ice cream revenue with the provider. Of course, that's quite easy. We say share. Or we decide, no, ice cream is too messy, and actually we can sell a lot more beer. So let's just reject it, and we're just going to concentrate on selling more beer. So that's it. That's a good example of the responses in risk. Hope you liked it.